Hello, and welcome to the kickoff session on the drafting of the Kampala Conference recommendations on the first theme, which is recent developments and innovation in reintegration and recovery processes. My name is Eamon Hansen, and I'll be walking you through this session to get you started and let you know what you can do to contribute to the recommendations. But first of all, I'd just like to give you a little bit of a brief background on this first selected theme. There have been great strides in the quality and sustainability of programs that assist children and young people in their recovery and reintegration in recent years. Innovative methods, taking advantage of advances in technology and new research in psychological and psychosocial interventions have resulted in significant improvements in the delivery of targeted programs for vulnerable children and youth. So we have two main questions actually that we can ask ourselves for now, and that is what are the leading developments and which interventions do we recommend practitioners to adopt? And secondly, how can new methodologies be tested and piloted in ways that are most conducive to child protection concerns? To get the session going, we have an agenda for this presentation explaining what we're going to do this week. So first of all, we'll give you a number of very important dates for this week. Secondly, we'll try and walk you through how you can contribute. And that will be by asking you to answer lead questions, to share your experiences by discussing, to share your documents, and to edit the draft text. And finally, what you can do if you have any help questions.
Well, here are the important dates. This presentation was recorded on Monday, so there are 4 more days to go to contribute. Remember that. From the 27th to the 30th of May, we'd like you to go online to discuss the theme on Basecamp. On Wednesday at 2 p.m. Amsterdam time, the 29th of May, we will have a live Skype discussion, so please send us your Skype name if you'd like to participate in that. And finally, on the 31st of May, it's important to know that we will be drafting the recommendations, and we'll have the final draft of this theme.
Well, now we come to the lead questions. From Monday to Thursday, on each day, we will ask a question on Basecamp to help guide the discussion and stimulate you to share your experiences. So Monday today, the question that we are asking is what are the lead developments and which interventions do we recommend practitioners to adopt? And those of you that are already active on Basecamp can see that I posted some of my experiences, what I've heard from some colleagues that work at Child Helpline International, and that is that child helplines can actually be very helpful for children in areas affected by armed conflict by providing information. It can also serve as an early warning signal, so I'd really stimulate you to go there and share your own experiences. The question that we're going to ask on Tuesday is how can new methodologies be tested and piloted in ways that are most conducive to child protection concerns? Because we know we have to be very careful when we're coming up with new methods because children are very vulnerable and we can't just go about testing and developing new stuff without knowing that it actually really works. The third question, which we'll be asking on Wednesday, is which local government policies do you think work well? And on Thursday, obviously, large organizations like the UN have a very large influence when we're talking about international concern for children affected by conflict. And we're asking, what do you think the UN can do? So, if you indeed are stimulated by the question that we've asked, we'd like you to share your experiences by discussion. So what we'd like you to do is go to Basecamp, go to the project on recent developments and innovations. That's the first project that we are actually discussing, and click on the discussion and share your experience. What you can also do is when you're online on Basecamp, you can upload any article or documents that you may like to share on the theme. And the theme, of course, are the recent developments and innovations. So if you have anything that you think might be interesting for all your peers, please upload it to Basecamp. Yes, and importantly, we'd like you to start editing the draft text of the recommendation. So when you're in that same project, you can go to the text. Right now, there's actually nothing written yet, but I'm sure throughout the week we'll start coming up with a draft text and help formulate this recommendation by editing the draft text. Well, I hope that this very brief PowerPoint presentation has given you some ideas of what you can do to help draft the compiler recommendations. Obviously, when we those of us that have the opportunity to go to Kampala in September, we will finalize the recommendations, but it's good to get your involvement in drafting these recommendations now. So you can send a help question to advocacy@warchild.nl, and Julie, my colleague, and myself can answer those questions. But importantly, for the Skype discussion on Thursday, please send me your Skype address to participate in the online discussion so that we can really get your insights and try and come up with some very good recommendations. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday.